Hello everyone, welcome to the second lecture of earning per share. Today we will start with the practical questions. Before we start with this lecture, you all revise with the formulas and the notes I had made you write. Look at question number 1. One I will explain you, and question 2 is similar one which you will try on your own, and then you will find the answers in front of you. So today 6 questions we are going to do. 3 questions I'll show you on the screen, and then 3 questions similar ones you will try on your own. X Limited has 12 lakhs equity shares outstanding on 1st April 2018. So opening balance of shares in the beginning of the year is 12 lakhs. On 1/6/18, the company issued 3 lakh shares for cash. Issued shares we will add. We discussed it in the last lecture that if the shares are issued, bonus shares are given, or convertible debentures are converted into equity shares, we will add. Buyback we will minus. So this will be added. On 1/1/19, it bought back. Bought back we will minus 1 lakh shares. Calculate weighted average number of equity shares outstanding as on 31st March 2019. Make these columns as we studied in the last lecture. Date, particulars, number of shares, balance, weights and means. All of you pause the video and make these columns. I hope you all have done with it. Now, very first write down 1/4/18 opening balance, number of shares 12 lakhs and total balance also 12 lakhs. First we will fill up the first 4 columns only, then we will work out weights and means. I repeat, first we will fill up first 4 columns only, then we will work out weights and weights. Now next transaction after 1/4/18 is 1/6/18 issue of shares for cash. You all can see 3 lakh equity shares are issued for cash. Now what did I discuss with you? Issue will be added. So previous balance you all can see is 12 lakh shares. In that if you add 3 lakh shares, it will become 12 lakhs plus 3 lakhs, 15 lakhs. Then after that next transaction is 1/1/19 buyback of shares. It bought back, so there is buyback of shares. How many shares are bought back? 1 lakh shares. Now from 15 lakhs we will minus this 1 lakh. So 15 lakh minus 1 lakh will give us 14 lakh shares. Buyback we will minus. Now how will we assign the weights? Understand it. Weights will be obtained based on the time period. Now see here, 1st April to 1st June. 1st June, so June won't be included. April and May, 2 months. So here the weight will be 2/12. Then see here, 1st June to 1st January 2019. Okay, 1st January 2019. So 1st June, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 1st January means January won't be included. So 7 months till December. Okay, means here the weight will be 7/12. And then count from January onwards, end of the year, January, February, March, 3 months. So last weight would be 3/12. Okay, 3 months means the last weight would be 3/12. After 1st January till 31st March, the weight will be 3 months. So this is how the weight is calculated. Time period means 12 lakh shares we are using for the month of, 12 lakh shares we are using for the months of April and May. That is 2 months. So 2/12. 15 lakh shares money we are using from June to December, 7 months. So weight 7/12. And at the end of the year after buyback, 14 lakh shares money we are using for the last 3 months. So 3/12. Now you simply have to multiply these and you'll get the weights. So all of you do it in calculator. 12 lakhs into 2/12. Do you all get 2 lakh? So here we'll write 2 lakhs. Then do 15 lakhs into 7/12. We'll get 8,75,000. Then do 14 lakhs into 3 by 12, we'll get 3,50,000. So total 2 lakhs plus 8,75,000 plus 3 lakhs, that comes to 14,25,000. So what are the total weighted average number of equity shares in the company? 14,25,000. Okay. So very simple examples. Question 2 I will discuss and all of you try on your own, then you'll find the solution in front of you. Look at it. Compute the weighted average number of equity shares from the following details. 1st April 2018 balance of equity shares 3,60,000 is the opening balance you'll start with. 30th April 2018 equity shares issued for cash will get added. 1st February 2019 equity shares bought back will get subtracted. 31st March balance of equity shares, ignore it, you'll automatically get it. Like, what is the closing balance we got here? 14 lakhs. So we don't have any entry for closing balance. If you do 3,60,000 plus 1,80,000, 20,000, you'll get 4,80,000. And 4,80,000 minus 60 will come to 4,20,000. So 4,20,000 is not any transaction. Okay. This will have no effect. Ignore it. You will automatically get closing balance of 4,20,000 when you solve the question at the end. Only first 3 are to be considered in your solution. So pause the video and try the solution on your own, everyone. Check your answers, everyone. 1,418 opening balance 3,60,000. Then 3,480 issue of shares we will plus. So 360 plus 120 will become 4,80,000. 1st February 2019 buyback we will minus. So 4,80,000 minus 60 will become 4,20,000. Now 1st April to 30th April is only 1 month, so 1 by 12. Then 30th April to 1st February, so May onwards, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, even January, 9 months. So 9 by 12. And lastly February and March, 2 months. So 2 by 12. Okay, you can see this 4,20,000 is this closing balance given, which I asked you to ignore. 3,60,000 into 1 by 12, 30,000. 4,80,000 into 9 by 12, 3,60,000. 420 into 2 by 12, 70. Total 4,60,000 is wings. Now look at question number 3. Be attentive. Amar Limited had the following number of equity shares as on 31st March 2019. 80 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid up, and 50 lakh equity shares of 10 each rupees 5 paid up. Now, this is what we discussed in the notes, note number 2. If there are partly paid up shares, then you take them as if they are fully paid up. Means you take the number of shares as if they are fully paid up. 50 lakh shares are of 10 each, 5 paid up, means 50 lakhs into 5. The paid up value is 2 crore 50 lakhs. If those 2 crore 50 lakhs would have been fully paid up, then they would have been equivalent to how many shares? 2 crore 50 lakhs divided by 10, 25 lakh shares. So we will not take 50 lakh shares, we will take only 25 lakh shares in consideration. I repeat, 50 lakh shares are of 5 paid up value, means 50 lakhs into 5, the paid up amount is 2 crore 50 lakhs. If they would have been fully paid up, they would be equivalent to how many number of shares? 2 crore 50 lakhs divided by 10, 25 lakh shares. So when we count the EPS, we will not take them as 50 lakh shares, we will take them as 25 lakh shares, as if they are fully paid up. The company's profit after tax for the year ended on 31/3/19 was 14 crores. Calculate. BEPS means basic earning per share. Now, understand this. See, profit after tax is given to you. What is the formula of basic EPS? Profits attributable to equity shareholders divided by weights. Now, what are profits attributable to equity shareholders? Profit after tax minus preference dividend. We discussed that. Fixed dividend on cumulative and proposed dividend on non-cumulative preference shares we do minus. But in this question, do you have preference shares? No. So profit after tax itself becomes the profit attributable to equity shareholders. I repeat, since you don't have preference shares, you don't have to pay any preference dividend, profit after tax itself becomes the profit attributable to equity shareholders. No preference dividend to be subtracted. So numerator we don't have to find, it is directly 14 crores. Now denominator weights, we will have 80 lakhs plus 25 lakhs, 1 crore 5 lakh shares. Why we don't have to make this table of weights? The reason, there is no transaction of equity shares during the year. Means we are not given any transactions like we had in this question. that on 30th April, 1st February, issue, buyback, nothing like that is given. Directly 2 shares are given and we assume they are from the beginning of the year. So even if you make the table, you'll have the weights of 12 by 12. That makes no sense. So if there is no transaction, no dates given during the year, directly add the total shares. That itself is weights, and those are directly the shares used during the year. Okay. So all of you write down in your notebook. First we'll find the number of shares. Okay. You have fully paid up. How many equity shares? Fully paid up are 80 lakh equity shares. Okay, all of you are supposed to solve this in the notebook along with me. Then partly paid up. Now partly paid up we will take as if they are fully paid up. So formula also I gave you, number of shares 50 lakhs into paid up value 5 divided by face value 10. Okay, this formula I made you write in the notes. They'll be equal to 25 lakh shares as if they are fully paid up. Means 80 lakhs plus 25 lakh, you can say total WANES, weighted average number of equity shares are 1 crore 5 lakh shares. This is WANES. Now you apply the formula because numerator is already available. So basic EPS is equal to profits attributable to equity shareholders divided by weighted average number of equity shares. That is WANES. Okay, divided by weighted average number of equity shares. Now, profits after tax itself are attributable to shareholders, which is 14 crores. You all can see this is 14 crores. So numerator, all of you directly write 14 crores. Okay, 7 zeros. Be careful. Divided by WANES, weighted average number of equity shares, 1 crore 5 lakhs. So what will be your basic EPS? Do it. 14 crores. 14 0 0 0 4 zeros and 7 zeros divided by 1 crore 5 lakhs. 13.33. Mention rupees. EPS is always expressed in rupees. Rupees 13.33 is your answer. Look at question number 4, everyone, be attentive. From the following information of Bajaj Auto Limited for the year ended on 31/3/2019, calculate again the basic EPS. Equity share capital 7 lakh shares of 10 each, 70 lakh rupees. 10%, now here underline, non-cumulative preference shares 2 lakh shares of 10 each. What did I discuss with you? In non-cumulative preference shares, you'll take proposed dividend. So you'll not take 10%. You'll see in the question what is proposed dividend. See here. You all can see the director's proposed preference dividend of 8%. So instead of 10%, we will be taking 8% dividend in our solution. Means 20 lakhs, you'll not multiply with 10% to get preference dividend. 20 lakhs, you'll multiply with 8% to get preference dividend. Then next we have 10% cumulative preference shares. Now this we again studied that in cumulative preference shares, you'll take fixed dividend. Fixed means you'll take 10% only, you'll not take proposed dividend. Because cumulative means sooner or later, we have to pay that 10% dividend. That means 8%, even if we pay in this year, 2% we will have to pay in future whenever the company earns profit. So before you give anything to equity shareholders, you have to deduct 10% dividend only. So keep this in mind. Non-cumulative will always deduct proposed dividend and cumulative will always deduct fixed dividend. So non-cumulative we will have 20 lakhs into 8% and cumulative we will have 20 lakhs into 10%. The earnings for the year before making provision for preference dividend are 15 lakhs. So how will we find profits attributable to equity shareholders? This profits 15 lakhs before making preference dividend means their profit after tax. From that we will minus this proposed dividend and fixed dividend, and we will get profits attributable to equity shareholders. The number of shares on 1/4/18 was 6 lakhs opening balance. On 31/8/18 it further issued shares to the tune of 2 lakhs, we will plus, and it repurchase means we will minus buyback of 1 lakh shares on 31/1/19. So don't take this 7 lakh, ignore it. With 7 lakh this one. How is this 7 lakh obtained? 6 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, 8 lakhs minus 1 lakh, 7 lakhs. But we cannot directly take 7 lakh shares. I told you here that if transactions during the year are given, then you will be making that columns. So here we have to make those columns and find how many shares are there. Okay, we have to make those columns over here. We cannot directly take 7 lakh. 6 lakhs are to be taken, 2 lakhs are to be taken, 1 lakh are to be taken separately, and weight is to be assigned. So first we'll make the workings of weights, then we'll make the workings of profits attributable to shareholders, and then we will find basic EPS. So let us do that, everyone. Okay, give the heading in your notebooks, weights, and make that table of weights. Pause the video and make that table of weights. I hope you all have done the formats. Now write down the dates. 1/4/2018 we have opening balance of shares, that is 6 lakhs. Balance will also be 6 lakhs. Then next is 31/8/18 issue of shares for cash. See how many shares are issued for cash. You all can see here 2 lakhs. Okay, issue of shares will be added, so 6 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, balance will become 8 lakh shares. Then after that, see the last paragraph, it also repurchase we have to minus 1 lakh shares on 31/1/19. So write 31/1/19 date, buyback of shares 1 lakh, we will minus 8 lakh minus 1 lakh will be 7 lakh. And this same 7 lakh shares, do you all find in the beginning given to you equity share capital 7 lakh shares of 10 is 70 lakhs or not? And what did I tell you? This 7 lakh shares are not to be taken. Ignore them. Reason? They are not the weighted average number of shares. 7 lakh is the closing balance of shares. 6 lakh shares are used for a different time period. 8 lakh shares are used for a different time period. 7 lakh shares are used for a different time period. So we cannot directly take these 7 lakh shares. Now let us assign the weight. 1/4/18 to 31st August. So count it April, May, June, July, and 31st August means August is also included. So how many months? 5 months. Then after that, 31st August to 31st January. Now 31st August to 31st January means September onwards. September, October, November, December, and 31st January means January also included. So 5 months. And then after 31st January, February and March only 2 months. So these are the weights. Write down in the weights column. 5 months means it will be 5/12. Again 5 months 5/12, and 2 months 2/12. So calculated 6 lakhs into 5/12, that is 2,50,000. Then again counted 8 lakhs into 5/12, that is 3,33,333.33. So we'll round it off to 3,33,333. And then 7 lakhs into 2/12, that is 1,16,666.67. So 1,16,667. Okay, 116,667. We'll round it off. Now do the total. It comes to 7 lakhs. Okay, 2,50,000 plus 3,33,333 plus 1,16,667. 7 lakhs is total weighted average number of equity shares. So numerator is to be obtained now, that is profits attributable to equity shareholders. Now see in the question, what is profit after tax given to you? We discussed this. Okay, before making provision for preference dividend means it is profit after tax. What is the amount? 15 lakhs. So all of you write down profits after tax 15 lakhs. Okay, profits after tax 15 lakhs. Now what did we discuss? How will we minus the dividend? For non-cumulative preference shares will minus proposed dividend, and for cumulative preference shares will minus fixed dividend. So write down less proposed dividend on non-cumulative preference shares. Okay, I repeat, proposed dividend on non-cumulative preference shares. Now check it. What is non-cumulative preference share? Capital's amount 20 lakhs, and what is proposed dividend? 8%. So 20 lakhs into 8%. Do it. 20 lakhs into 8%. That is 1,60,000 we will minus here. And fixed dividend on cumulative preference shares. Fixed dividend on cumulative preference shares. Same 20 lakhs are again cumulative preference shares, but fixed dividend is 10%, so that we will minus over here. $20 lakhs into 10%, that is 2 lakhs. Now 15 lakhs minus 1,60,000 minus 2 lakhs, that is 11,40,000. What is 11,40,000? Profits attributable to equity shareholders. Write down against that. Profits attributable to equity shareholders. Now numerator is also obtained, denominator is also obtained, so we can find the basic earning per share by applying the formula. All of you write down the formula. Therefore, basic earning per share, basic EPS, is equal to profits attributable to equity shareholders divided by weighted average number of equity shares. Now, what did we obtain? Profits attributable to equity shareholders 11,40,000 divided by, what did we find? Gains in the first table, 7 lakhs. So do it everyone. 11,40,000 divided by 7 lakhs, that is 1.628, means we round it off to 1.63. Rupees, don't forget. How is EPS expressed in rupees? So rupees 1.63. That is our final answer. Now look at question number 5. Everyone be attentive. Compute basic EPS based on the following information for the year 2018 to 19. Now understand this question 5 properly, because after that 6th question is similar, which you will be trying on your own, and I'll put the answers in front of you later on. So all of you understand the 5th question properly. See, we are given the information, they say for 18 to 19, but below that you can see 2 years information is given. Net profit for 17 to 18, 3,60,000, and also 18 to 19, 12 lakhs. Means we are going to report for 2 years. Last year 17 to 18 and current year 18 to 19. Now number of equity shares outstanding on 1/1/19. 1/1/19 means current year is 4 lakhs. And bonus issue on 1st June 2019 is 2 equity shares for each equity share outstanding on 1/1/19. Now understand this. What note did I make you write for bonus shares? Refer to that note. Bonus shares will always be included from the earliest period reported. Actual logic behind this note you'll understand from this particular question. First, let us find the bonus shares quantity. They said 2 for each, means can I say the ratio is 2:1? Means 2 times. So what would be the bonus shares over here? In the beginning itself, all of you write down. Bonus shares would be equal to 4 lakh shares are existing, and into 2 by 1. 8 lakh shares are issued in bonus. Now what did we discuss? Bonus shares results in increase in denominator, number of shares, without any increase in earnings numerator, and company is penalized for issuing the bonus shares in the form of fall in EPS. So what did we discuss? If company is reporting for the 2 years 17 to 18 and 18 to 19, what subject we are studying? Financial reporting. For the reporting purpose, though the bonus shares are issued in 18 to 19, company will include this 8 lakh shares in 17 to 18 also, so that wrong impression does not go in the minds of shareholders. Okay, you'll understand that logic from this question. So give the heading 2017 to 18 and 2018 to 19. Okay, first net profits, write down. Net profits means profits after tax, and in this question profits after tax itself are profits attributable to equity shareholders. Why? Think why. Come on, think it fast. Why? Why are net profits itself equal to profits attributable to shareholders? Because preference shares are not there. Preference dividend is not payable. So the given net profit itself are profits attributable to equity shareholders. So write down 17 to 18, 3,60,000, and 18 to 19, 12 lakhs. Further, number of equity shares. Now, number of equity shares on 1/1/19 are given 4 lakhs. Means can I say in 17 to 18 there were 4 lakh shares? Why? 1/1/19 4 lakhs means since past 4 lakhs are carried forward in the current year. Since past 4 lakh shares are carried forward in the current year, and mainly this information is given for bonus point of view. That bonus we have to calculate on 4 lakh. Before giving bonus, 4 lakh shares were there, and we already counted the bonus also. Bonus shares are, how many shares are there in bonus? We calculated 8 lakh, but they are issued only in the year 18 to 19. Initially you write it only in the year 18 to 19. I'll explain you the logic once we solve it, but initially you write it only in the year 18 to 19. Now suppose we try to find EPS for both the years without considering bonus shares. Without considering bonus shares, you first write the formula. Basic EPS is equal to profits attributable to equity shareholders divided by, okay, profits attributable to equity shareholders divided by weighted average number of equity shares. Okay, profits attributable to equity shareholders divided by weighted average number of equity shares. Now see, for the year 17 to 18, what are the profits attributable to equity shareholders? 3,60,000. So write 3,60,000 divided by, what are the weighted average number of equity shares? You all can see 4 lakhs. So write 4 lakhs. Now you may ask that I said to you to include bonus shares also, but initially you find without the bonus shares. As I said, I want to explain you the logic why bonus shares should be included from the first year reported. But initially you find without the bonus shares. What do you get? 3,60,000 divided by 4 lakhs. 0.9 rupees, 0.9 is the EPS of that year if you don't include bonus shares. Same way for the current year. What are the profits attributable? 12 lakhs. And what are the number of shares including bonus shares? 8 lakhs plus 4 lakhs. Can I say 12 lakhs are the total number of shares? So divided by 12 lakhs. What earning per share do you get? rupees 1 only. Now this gives wrong impression about the company, that from 0.9 EPS has increased to only 1 rupee, means company's profits are not increasing only. If you report this earning per share to the shareholders, they will start selling the shares of the company in the stock market. That earnings of the companies are not increasing drastically. But what is the reason that from 0.9 it has increased only to 1 rupees? Bonus shares is the reason. Company should not be penalized for that. Company issued the bonus shares for the good of the shareholders, for the betterment of the shareholders, so that overall their wealth increases. But here what happens, by giving the bonus shares, that EPS goes down. Means it could have been far more than 1, but it has gone down. Now this is the basic EPS. Now you write the heading reported EPS. Okay, now you write the heading reported EPS. Though this is the basic EPS, what will we report to the shareholders? Bonus shares will be included from the earliest period reported. So we will report 3,60,000 divided by 12 lakhs. Including this bonus shares from the earliest period reported, you will take 4 lakhs plus 8 lakhs, 12 lakhs. That comes to rupees 0.3. And current year, as it is 12 lakhs divided by 12 lakhs, that is 1. Now the correct impression will go to the shareholders, that from 0.3 the EPS has increased to 1. The earnings of the companies have definitely increased drastically. So this might give wrong impression to the shareholders. Though basic EPS is 0.9 and 1, what will be reported to the shareholders? 0.3 and 1. And in your solution, you have to show both of them. What is the basic EPS, but what will be reported to the shareholders? That's why, what is your subject? Financial reporting. How are you supposed to report the information to the shareholders? Now exactly same is question number 6. All of you try on your own, and then pause the video and try it on your own, and then you play the video and find the solutions in front of you. Try it, everyone. Yes, I hope all of you would have done the solution by now. Check your answers. PQR Limited had substantial reserves and surplus. The net profit made during the year ended 31st March 2018 and 2019 were 12 crores and 16 crores respectively. Here also net profit itself will be profits attributable to equity shares because preference shares are not given. The company made a bonus issue of 2 lakh shares for each equity share outstanding on 1st April 18, and on the date of bonus issue the company had 30 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each, fully paid up. So 30 lakhs into 2 by 1, you can see 60 lakh bonus shares are there. Okay. Now, the company made this bonus issue for equity shares outstanding on 1/8/18, but you mention it in the question that the company has made the bonus issue in the year 18 to 19. Specifically, you mentioned this in the question. Okay. Now understand this. Bonus shares, as we discussed, are equal to 30 lakhs into 2 by 1, 60 lakhs. Now 17, 18, 18, 19, again same 2 years. Net profits are 12 crores and 16 crores. Okay, 12 crores, 16 crores. Number of equity shares, 30 lakhs we have in both the years. And in second year, we gave a bonus of 60. So total number of shares, 30 lakhs in first year, but 90 lakhs in second year. Now, if you find basic EPS, then net profits 12 crore divided by 30 lakhs, you almost get 40 rupees. And for the current year 18 to 19, 16 crores divided by 90 lakhs, you almost get 17.77. Now see here it shows from 40 it has fallen down to 17.77, which shows wrong impression about the company. And why has EPS gone down? Not because the earnings have gone down. EPS is going down because of issue of bonus shares. Because the numerator has increased by issuing the, because the denominator has increased by issuing the bonus shares. Now reported EPS, what we will do, this 60 lakh shares, we will include it in both the periods which are reported. So same 12 crores of profit, if we divide by 90 lakh shares, the EPS comes down to 13.33, and then here it remains same 17.77. Now this shows the correct impression about the company, that from 13.33 it is rising to 17.77. So with this, the first topic in your chapter basic EPS is completely over. Now in the next lecture, we will start with the next type of EPS, that is diluted EPS. Bye everyone. Take care. See you in the next lecture.